All right, so what are we doing today? Today's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a little bit of an easy day relative to a lot of the questions I heard you guys say about what you wanted to do today. You know, goals of today: inspiration, growth, next level, biz org, manage growth, lead gen, open new location, open the feedback, hiring, support. Okay, these are all really good goals of the day. Today we're going to scale it back. We're going to take a step back, and we're going to get to the holistic overview and a fundamental beginning of your business. And this is probably like the most important part, because if you don't believe what we get through today, and you're not honest with yourself about today, you can't expect your co-workers, your staff, your customers to believe it. You have to believe it. This is your mantra. This is your North Star. We're going to be setting your mission, your vision, and your values. How many of you have a mission statement? Okay.
So we've converted terminology more from mission to core purpose.
Okay. Who has got a core purpose? Got a core purpose? You got for today's sake, and we're going to go with mission, but I totally agree with you. We can evolve this.
Interchangeable in a lot of ways. Just
Okay.
different terminology.
Great. Your core purpose is really just your guiding star. You know, that's your purpose. Your vision is where you see yourself going with it. Has anyone here set a vision? It's always just been a feeling? You set one? Nice.
Yeah, but I want to redo.
Well, that's the right answer. Because your vision, your mission, and your values, as you're going to learn today, is always evolving. That's good. It should always evolve. The last thing you want is to have a football team named after Native Americans in 2023, right? So it's okay. And your values are the same thing. Values change. Society changes. So you always want to keep things going. You've got to ask yourself, like, what are your corporate values? I always thought it was kind of weird. Like, we had a brand that we were working with called So Delicious Dairy Free. You guys know that brand?
Yes.
Right. And like when I first met with them, they opened. We got the international rights to sell them overseas. Okay. So, and I flew out to Portland, Oregon, or Eugene, Oregon. And I met with their entire executive team, and the first thing they said was, you know, So Delicious, this is us. And they showed like a picture of like an animated, like a cartoon woman, and she had a name. They're like, this is Susan. Susan's a 36, and this is like they outlined their target customer, and their customer really was them. This is how they identified themselves. You know, what are her values? What is she looking for? Every decision was made. They would ask, well, what does Susan think? Now, don't call me on her name being Susan, but you get the idea. And I thought that was a little quirky and weird, to be honest. But in hindsight, they sold for $350 million to White Wave Foods at Odin Silk. Maybe part of the reason they sold is because they had a really good, clear definition, understanding of who they were. So maybe that's something to take away from here, right? So how do you want people to describe your business? When people talk about you and your business to other people, what do you want them saying? Right? Good question. You ever think about that? What do they say about me? Right? Well, what if you controlled the narrative and you told them what to say or what to think, and then you know what they're saying about you? If it's not in writing, it doesn't matter. It's the biggest thing you can take away right now. We're going to put everything in writing, because if it's in your head, oh, I know it. No, you don't know it until it's on paper. And then until you have something you can present. Then you know it. Because then other people can propagate it and share it. And it's real. It's not just a thought in your head. It's another big step that differentiates like an entrepreneur from someone who's not an entrepreneur, right? Real world mission statements and examples. So this is my company, Grovara. My co-founder's last name's Kamara. My last name's Groverman. Grovara. The domain was available. It's kind of cool. Our mission is to help manufacturers navigate the complexities of exporting to find new audiences across the globe. That's what we do. Kind of neat. Very simple, very basic compared to Starbucks. With every cup, with every conversation, with every community, we nurture the limitless possibilities of human connection, our promise. Now, you look at these, and you can look at other ones too. And you can note, like, there is no cookie cutter way to do your mission statement or your core purpose. There's no cookie cutter way. It can be whatever you want. It could be 3 words, 4 words, 10 words. It's clean, it's clear, it's something you can live by, okay? I like Patagonia's too. Yeah, build the best product cause no unnecessary harm, cause no unnecessary harm, use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. Really cool model, good mantra. Do you know what your acupuncture vision statement is?
Yeah, but
Tell us. Let's hear. Let's get a good baseline here for you. Where are we starting at? No rush. Take your time.
I can't even.
Well, when you got it.
At Restoration Health, we aim to work openly with our community, our patients, and other healthcare providers to help our patients achieve optimal physical and mental health.
Okay, for being my guinea pig here, you got a Guevara book.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll start there, okay?
Awesome.
Yep. All right, well, that's great. Did you write it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's see what we can do with it. All right, so then you got vision statements. Okay, so your vision statement. Guevara's to be the world's best B2B global trading platform and promote diplomacy through trade. You want to know what B2B stands for? Business to business. Right, yeah. Kind of a newer term, more people know it, but that's kind of our goal. It's kind of again, where do we want the business to be in 5-6 years, and reverse engineer back. That's the vision. This is the North Star. You want your employees, this mantra's got to be ingrained into the company DNA. Starbucks. To establish Starbucks as the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world while maintaining our uncompromising principles while we grow. Okay, a little weak in my opinion for Starbucks, but I get it. That's their vision. That's what they want. Got a bunch of other ones too, right? McDonald's to be the world's best quick service restaurant experience. Nike to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. These are cool, real powerful statements, right? You deserve to have a powerful statement too. So you can start thinking about, again, how do you want people thinking about you? What's your legacy? You know? Your business, if you do your job right, is going to outlive you. You're a second-generation business owner, right? Plan to keep the torch going? Yeah, of course you do. Absolutely. So let's keep that in mind, too, as you set these things. So that the next generation or the next owners of the business can kind of have that North Star that you defined today. How we doing, by the way? I'll take a thumb up. Values examples, real world values. Now, values is a tougher one. It's a little bit like unique because it's like, you know, go back to that Susan example. It's so delicious, dairy free, right? Like, what makes up your values? It's not just your upbringing, right? Your parents instilled values on you, but you also have like society and culture. You look around the world, values are different everywhere. So what are your values? And what makes up your values? You know, you got something that's important to you can make up your value, right? Obviously. But it can't just be that. It has to have some guidance and some moral fiber, you know, some motivations, and some action items. Things that are, you know, characteristics that you can build upon. These are your real values in your business. Our business at Guevara has several key values. First and foremost, we're an international company. We're going to be globally minded. Our hashtag is Go Global. If you come to my office, I have a giant neon sign that hangs above my desk that says hashtag Go Global. It's like kind of my mantra now. It can be something short and sweet, but it's like really important. Hiring slow, firing fast. It's a value of ours. Really important value. Someone's not working out. I don't have time to figure out why you're not working out. Get out of here. But then who's going to replace you? We're going to take our time because I don't want to waste my time hiring someone who's going to be with me for 6 months. And the next day they go somewhere else. And I just wasted 6 months. Right? So you got to take your time, hire slow, fire fast. The client experience first. It's very important to me, the user interface. It's a little Steve Jobs inspiration in me. You know, he's always got that UI, user interface background. I really appreciate that. And more importantly, visibility. People buy something, they want to know where it is. People ship something or sell something, they want to know where it is. The last thing I want is to be able to be like, I don't know, we'll figure it out when we get back to you. No, I want to be like, right now, right here, here it is. I know, have conviction and faith in, or have conviction in myself so that they can have faith and understanding and belief that I know what I'm talking about. And I can keep my credibility where it needs to be. Any questions? Cool, let's keep going. Now, back to your point. It's always evolving, always changing. Let's look at some Starbucks core values here. Provide a great work environment and treat each other with respect and dignity. Embrace diversity as an essential component in the way we do business. Apply the highest standards of excellence to purchasing, roasting, and fresh delivery of coffee. Develop enthusiastically satisfied customers all the time. Contribute positively to our communities and our environment. And recognize that profitability is essential to our future success. These are good values, right? And you got to keep in mind, like, again, these are always evolving. Google. Very simple. Your values don't need to be one word. Again, there's no cookie cutter here. There's no right or wrong way to do this, as long as it's something that you can live by and subscribe to for your business. All right, well, we've gotten to the point. Before we go any further, does anyone have any questions? Any issues, any concerns, other ideas? Because I'm excited to announce, guys, we're breaking into our first small group session. We're going to operate as a table here. And I want you guys to take a couple minutes. And you're going to work on, potential new mission statements for your companies. And then after you're done with your mission statement, you're going to go through and get a couple goals about what you want to accomplish in 5 years. 3 big goals. It doesn't need to be something that you even think is possible. These are just things that you would like to see. And 5 years is a long time. We kind of overestimate what you can do in a year, underestimate what you can do in 5 years, for sure. But there's pivotal change that you guys can create. So I want you guys to take a second and invest in yourself and do this exercise. Then I want you guys to ask yourself, what is the vision? What's your vision? You have a couple of things you want to put them down. Use these examples that we just went through right here with everything in this little handout in front of you and figure it out. And then some things to think about. You guys can take a look at this. But how do your company's values drive decision-making for your business? What protocols can you instill to make sure you stay strict to these values? What happens if an employee violates these? Right? You got your paralegal. You got to ask yourself, like, just because you say something, this is what we're going to do. What happens if someone sends an email that's contradictory to what you're trying to instill? What are you going to do about it? Now, you say hire slow, fire fast, but sometimes you got to be very diplomatic in how you fire. And the word fast doesn't mean immediate. It means you do it to whatever's fast relative to the cadence of your business. So you get the idea. We can break out into groups, and then you guys can go through this, and then I'm going to be here if you guys have any questions. I can bounce around. What do you think, Joe? How many minutes do we want to do this?
Whatever.
Let's. All right. Well, we can regroup. We can hop right back into it. And all right, we good? All right. How we feeling?
Then you're gonna feel better about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Better than I did at 8 o'clock this morning.
Right. That's. Listen. And here's.
We're headed in the right direction.
It's an iterative process, right? And you're going to go home. You're going to be thinking about this, hopefully, for the rest of your life. Because your mission, your vision, and values is your key core competency of your business. That's why we spend so much time. It sounds so silly and stupid. You meet these people who are just like, they don't put the time into this, but this is arguably your Bible of your business. This is your mantra. This is everything. And there's a fine line. Hal asked a good question. Is it your heart or is it your head? It's a lot of both, but it's it's really your heart what drives you here. But you got it. There's an analytical component, but there's also a human component too with it, right? Your mission statement, your purpose, your core purpose. This is something that drives you, and you want to also keep it simple, stupid, right? You don't want to overthink it. You don't want to be too analytical. You also don't want to be too business, because if you're too business, no one's going to care. But you said something over there about bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Carissa?
Karina.
Karina, get it. All right, well, you guys feel comfortable sharing what you got so far? Is that okay? Can we go around? All right. Rachel, you can start us off. Keeping in mind, inspiration was your goal here today. So
I have a full-time copywriter on my staff, so I need to fact check this and have her rewrite it.
Of course.
This is my first step.
Yeah, where we at?
Okay, to provide businesses with the marketing department to break through the clutter, feel confident about their outward presence, and have fun while doing it.
Okay. There's some emotion there. That's good. I heard something come out of your mouth earlier that was kind of interesting.
Right now I have our mission statement to wipe out the shame of filing for bankruptcy so we can help as many people as possible to say goodbye to debt and hello to a financial fresh start.
There you go. Love it. That's great. Yeah. That's great. Let's keep going, AJ.
Make businesses more productive, profitable, and protected through the use of technology.
Easy peasy. Elisa?
I have two. I'm not sure which one's better. We help people see themselves for the first time, or we help people see themselves for the first time by capturing their essence.
Okay. Anyone have any feedback for a headshot company? Pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
And it's a bold. They're both whatever moves you. And actually, I should also say this too. Here's an important part, right? Some things to think about. I posted this slide up, right? This slide. Uh-oh. I got stuck. There you go. Okay, this is something we didn't really touch on. I didn't really mention it to the degree I should have before. But like right here, do you have any other people you would want to run these by before you finalize them? Right? And who are these people? Your coworkers, your co-founders, your staff, your customers. I'm not the right person to ask whether it's the best for you. But I can give you my initial feedback is both are good options. And the fact that you even took it from here and put it on paper, that's all I'm here for, to try and help. But it's pretty good. And both, it's bold, so people can see themselves. Right? That's a strong statement. Because you can see yourself, but have you seen yourself? That's what you're saying. That's strong.
I have fun, friendly, down-to-earth professionals capturing your special day without stress, guaranteed smiles.
Okay. Rosanna, that was good. Bob?
Our mission is to safeguard and enhance the value of our customers' mission-critical data so they can fulfill their mission.
Okay.
I kind of did like a vision mission thing. So I said a vision is to arm entrepreneurs with the financial skills to change the world, and we do that by providing a hassle-free financial department to business owners.
Okay. Nice, Ron.
So I kind of have two that I'm going to blend together. My first one was, our mission is to deliver tailored, high-quality services by harnessing the finest products within the industry, all at an accessible cost. And then the second one, I'm trying to implement some more like warmth and client-forward thinking with make our clients feel their best, raising their self-esteem and confidence. And I want to like add that in there somewhere.
That's great.
Can you say the first one again?
Sure. Our mission is to deliver tailored, high-quality services by harnessing the finest products within the industry, all at an accessible cost.
Work in progress.
All right, Laura.
So I have two, but I think
I might have maybe come up with a tagline instead, so
Okay.
I'm not sure. So the long version was, at Restoration Health, Acupuncture, and Nutrition, we bring the care back to healthcare. We do this by combining our knowledge of Eastern and Western medicine to help our patients achieve optimal physical and mental health and get back to living their best life. And then I shortened it to improve health, restore hope, because that's really what we do. But you gave me the idea, which I'm going to do a survey monkey to my patients and ask them why they chose us and why they come.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. But what I do want to say is, this is the checkbox part, meaning, because and this is going back from experience of someone, once again, not warm and fuzzy. Oh, we have to have a mission statement, so let's sit down and write one real quick, right? That's what we're doing here. And as Peter said, you have to go back, and this is homework. This is something you have to continually go over, because what you're going to start to see is, wait a minute, there is more to this, or wait a minute, I want it to be more heartfelt, or wait a minute, no, I want, it's too heartfelt, I need it to be more academic. You really got to refine this thing and go over it and talk to a lot of people, and it's amazing how you'll find where you start up is not always where you end. And as we're saying here, this is something you continually go over when you look, like even in the EOS, and we talk about EOS in the former accelerator. This is something you continually go back and look at, whether it's once a year or twice a year, and say, hey, we got to look at this stuff. Are we living by our mission statement? Are we living by our values? And it's a hard thing to do, and it's so important, because once you have your checkbox, now all of a sudden you have to go back into your staff to make sure we're living this day by day. And if you have some forward statement to a customer to make a customer feel a certain way, do they get it? And maybe they don't. Maybe it's got to change a little. Maybe they feel something different. I don't know. As you said, as you go back to your customers and you do your survey monkey, maybe you're going to get something back. Something I did that helped me go out to my staff, as I said, I gave a list of attributes, value attributes, and sent them out and said, pick 7 that best describe our company, or write-ins. And it was amazing that probably 7 out of the 40 people I sent to, 7 came back. There were 7 of them were all on 40 worksheets. I had at least 7. So it was like, okay, and I looked at them and said, this is how I feel too. So that was another way. You may want to go out and kind of, ask somebody that, instead of just saying, hey, does this look good? Give them some leaders, or don't give them any leaders and say, tell us what you think.
Let them fill in the blank. That's a great point. I've had a couple clients who go out and they ask their audience, their fan base or their customers, pick 7 words to describe me. And they let them then begin to tell them. And I think if you do your job right, you'll be surprised that most people are going to use the same words without you even prompting them. But you never know. Sometimes you get something surprising in there. But it's definitely a good exercise for you. You can A/B test it too. You can give people a couple and have them circle which they think is the best. Then give other people a blank one, let them fill in the blank. And then just play it off and use your audience and your network to kind of describe you and help you.
So I sent an email at one point just to get some marketing collateral done for testimonials. And I sent an email to our client base that says, could you do me a favor? That was the subject line. And it says, hey Bob, I'm in the process of working on some marketing collateral and want to include comments from some of our best clients.
You're one of them. Would you like to take a few minutes to give me your opinion of our services? No need to dictate a formal letter. If you'll just answer 3 questions I've outlined below, I can write and finish the testimonial for you and then send it to you for final approval before we use it anywhere. And then I ask 3 questions. What's been the single biggest benefit to you and your company since moving to our service plan offering, whatever it may be? What do you feel better? What do you feel we do better than other providers you may have worked with in the past? And if someone was on the fence about choosing us as their provider, what would you say to them? And I said, of course, if you have any criticisms, I would like to welcome that too. Just to reply and let me know your opinion. Could you take 60 seconds and do this for me now? And I was really nervous sending this out to our clients. And I got crazy responses, like responses that almost brought me to tears. People wrote stuff. I never thought they saw my company the way they do. As a result, we have crazy, awesome testimonials. But I think there was a lot of consistent theming in that when we got the response, which I think is valuable for this conversation as well, because we got information about, like, they're worth twice their cost, and their staff is super friendly and they talk to us in terms that we understand, and things that we kind of resonate with our core values. So this is a really cool exercise. I'll share this with anybody that wants it, that we did it. And
we're going to put it on Monday.com. You can send that to me and make sure it goes up.
I got great feedback, and I think it's really helpful to help you kind of solidify what your clients see you as. And I think that really is a good vision. Yeah, it's a good representation of your core values, because that's how your clients are seeing you, right? Like, you may not be able to articulate it easier, but it's going to get you moving in this process much quicker and get you some awesome testimonials in the process.
I got to tell you, that is the best thing you could have done.
It was great. I even got people, I have a chief of police email me a month later say, I'm super sorry I didn't get to this. Can you still take it? I'm like, yeah, I guess I can. Like, it was crazy. I was shocked. It just totally, because as an entrepreneur, you're always thinking that, like, you have that imposter syndrome. You don't know if you're good enough. You don't, like, you always feel you're at risk, especially if you're below that $1 million mark. If you lose one client, it's significant to your bottom line, right? So you're always walking on eggshells a lot of times and wondering, like, where I stand and are they happy? And getting that back was like a huge boost and, like, just overall morale for me.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and share it, Monday.com. We'll post anything, any other ideas you guys have, post them up. One thing I'll add, which is kind of help with the nervousness, because it's always hard engaging your customers. You don't want to have even like a spelling error in your email. You don't want to, like, you make sure you don't CC everyone, you BCC everyone. There's so many, like, variables that you can screw up when you reach out to your network, to your audience. And it's definitely a little scary. Call them. Pick up the phone and just say, hey, I want to let you know I'm about to send you an email. You don't have to fill it out now, but I just want you to know it's important for me, and I don't want you to think it's spam, and take it seriously. If you don't mind, it's going to help me make my business better and provide a better service to you. The personal interaction, how many times have you gotten an email and you just don't even read it, or you open it up, it's too long, you don't even give it a second? To increase your chance of success that they're going to return back to you, call them. Too many companies today don't do that. And there's a personal disconnect. Everyone's just hiding behind a text message, hiding behind an email. People don't take the time to actually pick up the phone and call. But the fact that you even did the email is a great first step, AJ, because that's raw feedback. And especially when you're they give you the candid response, that's valuable. It's incredibly valuable to understand how other people see you and how they reflect your business, and how they communicate your business. Because they're talking about you. Everyone's talking about you. They got their haircut from your salon. They're talking about who gave them their haircut, right? So you want to control the narrative to the best you can. And the way you do it is by doing what you just did just now with this exercise, is setting yourself so you're clear on what your mission, your vision, your values are. Let's keep going.